Today I will be completing the 2021 October SAT no calculator section, math no calculator section. This will be the first video of the math section. The next video will be the math calculator section. Both this video and the next video will be timed. I have the timer right here, 25 minutes. And so let's begin. 3, 2, 1. Begin. Okay. 3x plus 2x, 3k plus 2k equals 5. What is the solution? Okay, so 3k plus 2k add like terms, you get 5k equals 5, divide by 5, k equals 1. Or you could just do 3 times 1 is 3, plus 2 times 1 is 2, 3 plus 2 is 5. What is the graph of the equation y equals 3 of x? Okay, so let's plug in some points. When x equals 0, y should be 1. X equals 0, y should be... Okay, this one's good. This one's wrong because it's negative. This one's wrong. This one's wrong. Okay, so by the way, it's A. You could plug in other points, but first you should always start off with 0 and then 1, 2. For the quadratic function f, the table shows some values of x and their corresponding values of f of x. Which of the following could be the graph of y equals f of x? So when it's at -1, 0, okay. When it's at 0, it's at -4. When it's at 1, so it's probably A. Okay, -1, 0, 0. No, this is positive. See, that's 0, 4. It's likely. This one, no, it doesn't hit the x-intercepts. And this one doesn't hit x-intercepts. Okay, so yeah, say 4. In the given quadratic function, f, c is a constant, f of 2 equals 12. So let's use this to find c. So when we plug in 12 equals 3 times 2, the x value will be 2, so plus 4 times 2 minus c. 12 equals 4, 2 squared is 4, times 3 is 12, plus 8, 12 plus 8 is 20, 12 equals 20 minus c minus 20 minus 20. 12 minus 20 is -8. -8 equals -c, divided by -1, c equals 8. Okay, next. A person used a total of 265 kilocalories while running at a constant rate required 11.5 kilograms. So this is running. Let's name that running. The relationship and walking at it. So this is walking, right? 3.5. Okay, x, yeah, running, and then y is walking. So if he ran for 20 minutes, so let's plug in x, 20 for x. So 11.5 times 20 plus 3.5 y equals 2. Okay, I'm having trouble writing this a little bit. 265. Okay, so the way we could do this, 11.5 do, okay, so we could do 11.5 times 2, and then we just add the 0. So 11.5 plus 11.5, that's going to be yeah, that's going to be 23, 11.5, 23, and then add a 0, so it's going to be 230. Okay, you don't have to do mental math, you could just do it on the side. And then we do plus 3.5y equals 265. This part, okay, you should know 265 minus 230. It's going to be 35. 3.5y 3.5y equals 35. And then you just do this 3.5. 35 divided by 10, right? will give you 3.5. Just move the decimal one time, so it's 10. Okay, next. Which of the following is equivalent to the given expression? Okay, so we're doing 6 over x, so it's fraction, right? So we're doing 6 over x divided by 18. To divide fractions, you multiply by the reciprocal. So what we're doing is 6 over x times, that's 18 over 1 here. We multiply by the reciprocal, so 1 over 18. So this will be 6 over 18x. Then we could simplify this further, equals 1/3 x. It's gonna be here. They thought you were gonna do 6 over x times 18 over 1, and then that's how you get 108. In the figure shown, C is the center of a circle and AB is tangent. Okay, so whenever we have a tangent, it's 90 degrees. Which of the following is true about the measure of angle BAC? Oh, it's 90 degrees. Yeah, that's the rule. For any tangent line, whenever it touches the circle, right, it will be always 90 degrees. That's the rule. 8. The graph of the, what is the value of x? So when this is saying when y equals 0, so the x-intercept is when y equals 0, so it's 3, x equals 3. If it said what is the value of x for when, what is the value of y for when for when x equals 0, that's the y-intercept. The equation shown gives a in terms of p, r, and t, where p, r, okay, so this is isolating quantities. Okay, let's do this. So divide both sides by p. A over p equals RT plus 1. Now we want to solve for t, right? Okay, minus 1 A over p minus 1 equals RT, and divide by r. So it's going to be A over p times r minus 1 over r. It's this one, I think. Yep. Okay, what is the volume and cubes of the right triangular prism? Okay, so to find the volume, this is a rare question, but to find the volume of a right triangular prism, what we could basically do an easy way is just find the area of this and then multiply it by the height. So let's find the area of this triangle. 1/2 of the base 6 times the height. This is the height right here. If you were to flip the triangle, you could see it. Times 6. 6 times 6 is 36, times 1/2 is 18. Times the height, right? 10. That will equal 180. So yeah, C. A hotel has a total of 180 rooms, and on a certain day, half the rooms were clean. There were 9 housekeepers on duty at that hotel that day, and each housekeeper cleaned the same number of rooms. Which of the following? Okay, so instead of making an equation, let's just rule these out. So they all have 180 rooms, but half were clean. So let's see, if we were to divide this by 2, will we get 90? Yes, we would. So this works. This we multiply by 2, we get 360. That's wrong. And this one is wrong. So we're left between two choices. So we divide by 2, we get 9r equals 10. Equals 90, sorry. Divide by 9, you get r equals 10. So that means that there were 9 housekeepers, and each housekeeper cleaned the same number of rooms. So if there were 9 housekeepers, 9 times 10 will give you they cleaned 90 rooms. And that is true, they did clean. Half of the rooms were clean because each housekeeper cleaned the same number of rooms. So one cleaned 10, the other cleaned 10, the other cleaned 10, and then you get 90. So it's A. This one, no, it's not r plus 9. That doesn't make sense. They wouldn't clean. They would clean 81 rooms. That doesn't make sense. A patio is to be made using square paving stones. Okay, so it's let's draw this here. It's a square paving stone. there'll be no, okay, ratio between the area, so this is the area, and this is the number of paving stones, okay? The top surface of each paving stone, okay? This is K. So side length K. What is the value of K? So let's say we have, okay, so, okay, let's see. 2 paving stones will give you an area of 8. So then what times what will give us 8 here? So, no, wait, time out. So 2 paving stones will give you 8, but 1 paving stone will give you an area of 4. So what multiplied by what can give you, we have the side length K here, right? What times what? Since the square, all of them are K, are equal to each other. What times what will give us 4? So it's 2 times 2. K has to be 2. Line L is shown in the XY. Which of the following is an equation of line L? Okay, so they put this, okay. So we have a y-intercept of 2, right? Minus 5x minus 5. So let's say this will be negative. Do we have time? Yeah, we have time. Okay. Negative 2y equals 10 minus 5x. Divide this by negative 2, you get a negative y-intercept. This one, minus 5x. Yeah, this one you get a positive. Okay, so it will be 2y, and you get a negative slope. 2y equals negative 5x plus 10. So that means you get a slope intercept. Oh, but this is wrong because this gives you a y-intercept of 5. So that's wrong. So we can use the same one here, but 2x plus 5y equal, yeah, maybe it's this one, yeah. Because if you were to subtract negative 2x and then divide it by negative 5, you get a positive slope, so it's D. In the system of equations above, n is a constant. If the system has no solution. So always, when we have no solution, that means the slopes have to be the same. So let's find the slope of this. So it's the same thing. So minus nx on both sides, we get 3y equals negative nx plus 1 divided by 3. So negative n over 3 times x plus 1/3. Slope, the y-intercepts don't matter. They're going to be different. That's 12x, and then let's find the slope of this one. You get negative 6 minus 12x on both sides. Negative 6y equals negative 12x divided by negative 6. Oh, I already did the division. Divided by negative 6. Y is equal to 2x. So this is our slope, right? mx plus b. B is 0. Right there. So our slope is 2. So what that means is the slope of this one, so negative n over 3, to be parallel, no solutions, negative n over 3 equals 2 times 3, solve for n, so negative n equals 6, divide by negative 1, n equals negative 6. That is choice B. Which of the following is equivalent to this? Okay, so we could split this up. It could be like square root of 16 times the square root of a to the 16, or we could be like 16 to the 1/2 power times a to the 16 over 4, and then you just simplify. So the square root of 16 is 4, right? 4 times, and then a, right? And the exponent, 16 over 4, that's 4a to the 4th power. 16 divided by 4 is 4. So that will be a. The graph of y equals 3 over 5x minus 8 in the xy plane is a line. what is the slope of this line? Well, y equals mx plus b, right? That's slope-intercept form. So y equals mx plus b. M is the slope, so it's 3/5. Right, yeah. That one, yeah. Okay. The solution to the given system of equations is xy. What is the value of x? Okay, what we can do... This one's annoying. Okay, so we can multiply this by 2, multiply this by 3. So we're going to get... Wait. Sorry, 1 second. I just feel like this was too easy. 1 second. 4 times... Well, we know it's not. 1 second. What if I were to do... Wait, I could... But this is not fully simple. Oh my god, it's b. It's b, it's b, it's b. What I could do is do this. We could be like a to the 16, right? But it's also equal to a to the 8th power times a to the 8th power. And then doing the square root of that, you're doing 8 over 2, and then 8 over 2, which is 4. A to the 4th times a to the 4th is a to the 8th, because you're adding the exponents. So then it's 4 times a to the 8th power, and then it's 4a to the 8th. Oh my god, that's how it is, yeah. Because I was thinking, this is the hardest, supposed to be the hardest problem, and I was thinking, why is it... That wasn't too it was too simple. This is not fully simplified. You could simplify it even further, so that... Because then you could be like, yeah, this is not fully simplified, because a to the 4th divided by the square root is the same thing as 4 over 2, and that will still give you... Otherwise, in this way, it would be fully, because then we considered a to the 8th, and then we divided by 2, 4 times a to the 4th times a to the 4th is a to the 8th. Okay, back to this one. 9x plus 6y equals 24. 8x minus 6y equals 10. I'll explain that one in the chat more. This one cancels. 17, 9 plus 8 is 17x equals 34. Divide by 17. Divide by 17, you get x equals 2. In right triangle xyz, sine of x is equal to the cosine of 20. Okay. Okay, so there's a rule for this. So the sine of an angle has to equal the cosine of the complement of the angle. So let's say cosine, the answer is 70. But let's say cosine of 60 is equal to sine of what? 60 plus this angle has to equal 90, because they're complements of each other. So sine of 30. They always have to equal to 90. So sine of... So we could say x plus 20 equals 90. X, sine of x is 70 degrees. Right? Because they're complements of each other. They always have to add up. Because if you're to do a triangle, let's say... let's say this was a sine, opposite over hypotenuse, right? So let's say this is B, and let's say this is D. The sine of this angle is B over D. And let's say this was the cosine. This is the complement, 90 minus x. The cosine of this is adjacent over hypotenuse, so B over D is equal to B over D. That's why they're equal to each other. What is the sum of the solutions? Okay, so when we have absolute value, we do x minus 2 is equal to positive 3, and x minus 2 is equal to negative 3. Plus 2 plus 2. X equals 5 plus 2. This was, sorry, plus 2 plus 2. X equals negative 1. 5 plus negative 1 is 5 minus 1 is 4. The sum of the solutions. In the given equation, b is a positive constant. The sum of the solutions, okay, is 5. So the sum of this, the sum of this, the sum of this solution will give us 5. So then let's see what this is. X plus 3. That means the solution is negative 3. Here it's b. And then here it's x squared equals 0. Take the square root, you get 0. So 0 minus 3 plus b has to equal 5 because we're adding up all the solutions. You could also draw it out like, be like, you could maybe draw, it's going to be an even exponent, so it could be like, I don't know, something like, no. But it has to go through the, yeah, I'm not good at drawing this, but it's supposed to be something like, and then it goes further down, and then hits it at like that. So if I had like a drawing thing, I would have done better. But anyway, that means that this plus this plus this has to equal 5. So then what is b? 0 plus negative 3 is negative 3 plus b equals 5. Add 3 on both sides, b equals 8. So b is 8. Negative 3 plus 8 equals 5, yeah. What is the value? B is 8. That was, yeah, we're done. So how much time we have left? Okay, 4 minutes. So yeah, for this one, if I didn't explain it good enough, I will explain in the comment section after the video uploads. So yeah, this would be the fully simplified version. Yeah, the 4 is absolute. Yeah, it's not 8 because the square root of 16 is 4. And then you could say a to the 16 is also equal to a times a to the 8 times a to the 8th. Because like if you're to do 16 over 2, or no, 60, a to the 16 divided by, oh wait, what did I do? Oh my god, I did a mistake though. Oh my god. Now I just realized it. Oh my god. It's 16 over 2. Why did I do oh my god. Wow. So I would have seen that after. It's always good to check your work. Check your work always when you're doing this, when you have free time. I was thinking, oh my god. So it's this, yes, the square root, sorry. But then I figured it out after that. So like you could have thought it out as in another way, like a to the 8th times a to the 8th. That's also another way to prove your answer. But yeah, sorry, I don't know why I said over 4, but it's a to the 8th. There we go, 4 times a to the 8th. And then it's so easy to get messed up like this. But then, yeah, maybe whatever I said before or something I said maybe it was wrong. But anyway, the point is that to go and check your work when you have time, right? I put over 4. I don't know why I put over 4. And then wow, there was an answer for it, so I chose it. So check your work, and then you'll get the right answer. I caught my mistake there. Okay. I mean, if you don't have time and you're stuck, I guess just be careful when you do each question. I mean, yeah, the beginning is pretty easy. Like, I wouldn't like go crazy on looking at over my mistake in the beginning. But when you start going around like 10 and then 11, 12, you start paying attention more and more, because this is the last 5 questions. Okay. So yeah, this is the end of the video. The next video will be the calculator section. Right here. Yeah. So we could leave it here. Okay. Let's pause and clear this. Clear. Okay. So back. We could say clear. Then the next one is 55 minutes. Okay. Thank you.